Without a doubt, at one point or another, you'll run into hate in your life. Whether it's being directed towards you at something you've made, or maybe you yourself are directing the hate. But no matter what, everyone encounters this at some point in their life. Hate isn't simply an emotion though, it's also the expression of distaste and criticism against something. Justified or not, it's worth looking into the reasoning and psychology behind why we hate. With the current state of society and online culture, it's just normal to see anger being expressed through one medium or another on a regular basis. So today I'm going to be looking at the cause of hate, criticism, the emotion itself, and the mindset behind it all. And I hope to answer the question of why do people hate? First, I'd like to talk about criticism, because a lot of what hate is stems back from the want of something to be different. The ability to take criticism goes down to the individual person. Let's think about it like this: if someone can't take criticism too well, your best approach isn't to overload them with harsh criticism. It's to understand who they are and how they'll take it. If someone can't take harsh criticism, they most likely won't be willing to change if that's all that's given to them. The giving of criticism is a lot of times done in anger though, leading the person to be giving the criticism in a more harsh tone. To be angry about something and proceeding to give criticism because of that fact isn't quite justifiable anger. If you truly care for someone or something to improve, and you are willing to give criticism, why be harsh unless you are truly angry? There has been a question of, does harsh criticism work? And as I stated, it all depends on the person. But if harsh criticism is only done in anger, who's the one to be criticized? The one giving the criticism, or the one meant to take it? It is true that if you hate something with a passion, there is basically a 100% chance that you'll know why, allowing you to be the perfect candidate to be giving criticism. But awareness of how someone will take it is key. The most effective way of criticism hasn't shown to be harsh criticism, but a kind of midpoint. You don't want to be too light with your criticism, otherwise you might not get the message across. And you don't want to be too harsh either, because then the receiver may simply see it as hate and ignore it. What you need to do is make them very aware of what they're doing wrong, but don't hate on them for it. There isn't anything wrong with giving out criticism, but using that chance to hate on them is kind of pathetic. Hate doesn't get your message across, criticism does. Hate and criticism are intertwined in a way, because they are oftentimes seen together when someone is mad. As I already pointed out, if you hate something, there is a reason why. And with anything that anyone hates, there is criticism to be given. Pointless or not, what's the cause of hate? There are many different factors playing into whether someone is in a hateful mood or not. But before I go over them, it's proper to understand the different levels of someone's state of mind when, for example, viewing a piece of content. Taking this video itself as the example, people's possible different reactions to it go like this. In terms of a purely good or bad ratio of hate, someone could love the video and have nothing to say about it, love the video and still have criticism to give, hate the video and have nothing to say about it, or hate the video and have something to say about it. I did leave out the intermediates, like thinking the video was just okay or not having much of a reaction to it in the first place. Now, if normally someone just didn't like the video, then that same person in a bad mood may actually hate it instead. The main determinants to whether someone hates a video or not is their own mood, the content in the video, and possibly the ability to watch it or not. If they're in a bad mood, they may not enjoy the video in the first place. If the content in the video is something that would normally make them mad, that may also add to their already negative mood. And the last one, I can say for sure I've gotten mad at video buffering before. I know it's an odd one to add in, but it does play a part in one's enjoyment. So these, from what I got, are the main factors determining whether this person decides to leave a hate comment or not. But it goes deeper than just these, because if this person is already in a bad mood, it may not necessarily be them being repulsed by the video that causes their attitude. After asking a few people about things they hate, it appeared to me that the main cause of someone's distaste for something can be summed up with the word annoying. The continual annoyance and inability to change the fact of being is the main driving force behind someone's hate towards something. Using one example that I heard, people oftentimes get mad because of dumb people. I see this as someone getting annoyed at something that someone does differently. If someone does something that's not meant to be done in that specific way, a good amount of people will get annoyed by that fact. You've probably heard someone say at some point, "That's not how you do it," in an annoyed tone. More annoying though is not so much someone doing it once, but twice, 3 times, and so on. The repetition of annoyance is a fervent cause of anger. A video buffering once? Not a big deal. A video stopping 20 times in the middle just to buffer? Rage-inducing. It's why so many people get mad at things like our generation. The repetition of continual categorical actions by the masses, mostly considering of people in the same age group commonly found in schools, will guarantee to produce much hatred. Having bad experiences with things like these can permanently remain to make you mad every time it happens. Why do you get mad at something? Because you haven't been taught not to. Bad memories can put someone in a bad mood as soon as they come to mind. Let's say that something happened in your past that would make you very angry if it happened again. Any slight reminder of this event could put you in a more aggressive mood. I myself have witnessed people get infuriated when explaining something in their past. No matter the memory, when you're remembering it, you'll be put right back into the same mood you were when it was happening. It's all reliant on our current life position. If you're going through depression, you're going to be sad. The awareness of one's mood is actually a good way to fix it. Look at yourself as if you were a third party and ask yourself what you can do about your mood. As it is, hate is an emotion. And it's not as if we can get rid of emotions, right? Hate is normally known as the strongest emotion. I would disagree. I believe that all emotions are equal. Some can just be more easily triggered than others. It's easy to get really passionate about hating on something. The more we go on about it, the more angry we'll become. But it also helps us get it out of our system. Hate is known as the strongest emotion because it's tied in with impulse. People get mad way too easily. Triggered is a meme because it's used for the overly sensitive. The simple act of bringing up a topic should not make someone mad. But as it is, lots of people immediately get mad when someone brings up politics, religion, or whatever other controversial topic you choose. My best guess is it's the fear of opposing opinions. Being wrong about something is for a lot of people a nightmare. Despite the fact that there isn't anything wrong with being wrong, on sensitive topics like these, people get very adamant about their opinion on something, which provokes hate and, in general, makes things controversial. Emotional drive behind an opinion is what oftentimes triggers things to be brought up. Someone doesn't leave a hate comment because they think it will be helpful to you. They leave it because they hate you. They want to make you feel bad. That's simply how it is. Some people believe that making you feel bad about something is the most effective way of change, but as I've already stated, that's not shown to entirely be the case. Writing a hate comment, in a sense, is a form of revenge. If somehow, someway you make a video that made someone mad, the only response that goes through their mind is to try to get revenge, or in that case, leave a hate comment with the attempts to make you yourself feel bad. It's done in the response of emotion. They can't handle themselves, so they try to take it out on you. But if the receiving end decides to respond back with more hate, you'll not only not get anywhere, but you'll also provoke a lot of emotion. Now, to have self-control and reply a reasonable and accurate response to their hate is just a waste of time. Unless you're like me and get enjoyment out of it, replying to hate with logic never gets you anywhere. Someone that purely hates and gives no criticism has a lack of self-control. Self-control isn't just about controlling your actions, it's controlling the emotion behind those actions. Having the ability to control one's emotion is fairly important. If you want to sound logical in an argument, it's best not to back it with insults driven by emotion. Emotion is very powerful, but that power should be used at the right time and for the right reasons. And the lack of control of this power can lead to some pretty harsh things. Some people have so little control over their emotions that it actually leads to violence. You can hate something and no harm will be done, but if you hate something so much that you forcibly have to physically harm it, then you lack self-control. Our mindset is extremely important when under the expectation of self-control. We may have control over our outer emotion, but if our thoughts don't have the same control, then the possibility of losing control in a more explicit situation is likely. Anger is bad, but it can get worse. Violence is never the way to win a logical argument. Bringing an argument from the mental state to the physical is idiotic and really shows who the winner of the argument is. Getting in fights always starts with speech. There aren't many cases otherwise. Winning a logical battle should never be done at the expense of physical trauma. It's important that no one is led to violence. I see conversations turn into fights every now and then, and I just have to wonder why it even happened in the first place. Being open to criticism and being willing to have a conversation about something is important to your mindset if your goal is to not get in a fight. Don't take any criticism someone gives as an insult, and never reply or throw an insult back. You yourself staying calm is a great way for conversations to stay healthy. Understanding that someone's point of view doesn't have that great of an effect on your life is important, because remember, it's just an opinion, it's not the end of the world. You don't need to suffer injuries just because of someone's opinion, so let it just be that, an opinion. Having that kind of mindset requires self-control. For a powerful and intelligent mind to fully absorb information that could help them in the future, self-control is of the utmost importance. Being able to separate criticism from hate may help you quite a bit in the long run, but you also have to question yourself in criticism. The questioning of pointful hate is necessary in having the proper mindset. Don't pointlessly get mad about things. Ever hear the term, "it's crying over spilt milk"? Don't get mad for no reason. If you get mad about something, question if it's really worth getting mad over. Control your temper. For example, if you explain something to someone and they don't get it, explain it again. If they don't get it the 7th time, don't be mad. All that means is that they didn't get it. There isn't much you can do about it, so it's pathetically pointless to get upset over it. Give up if you want, but it will show how much tolerance you have. It can be put like this: stay calm. That's the mindset you should have when dealing with any negative emotion. It's okay to get really excited about something as long as it's not at the expense of someone or something else. I say do your best to muffle out negative emotions and do your best to make the fullest of the positive ones. I've seen someone get criticized because they were getting excited about some little things, and I say, and you're not excited? Telling someone that they can't have fun is stupid. I say, care about the little things. It makes life a whole lot more interesting. But for those who have no interest in anything and would rather sulk around complaining, all I have to say is, you're missing out. Hate to me is a pointless emotion. Get rid of it. Instead of hating on the person hating on you, learn to laugh at them. Make the best of it. But some people just don't understand and will proceed to get mad anyway. Learn how to not pointlessly hate on things. Lately I've been pointing out to people when it's stupid for them to be getting mad about something. I'm in this one Skype group and someone I know decided to plug their video. Now, what a shock, people got triggered and stated that they shouldn't do that. And this was my response. Man, it must put you in so much pain to know that someone posted a video link in a group chat. Honestly, is there really any reason to complain? So petty. But as it is in life, people are just this way. Some are so extreme with it that they harass people and have to make fun of them for their own amusement. Bullies, some of the most pathetic humans on this planet, using verbal or even physical assault to get their way and put themselves on a pedestal. Congratulations, you know how to repeatedly make fun of someone. Not only does it not take talent, but it's one of the most pointless forms of hate possible. If you find how someone looks an annoyance, then you have serious mental issues. It's okay to be critical and not be a fan of how someone looks, but please stop acting as though it's causing you pain in any sort of way. And if you really do hate someone's looks or opinions that much, reevaluate yourself. Pure hate has no value to anyone. Not the person hating because it puts them in a bad mood. Not the person being hated on because it also puts them in a bad mood. Nothing good comes out of hate. As I've stated so many times now, criticism is okay. Just don't use it to put yourself on a pedestal or as an insult. Using criticism as an insult is to close any possibility of improvement. Using it in that manner is to say that you don't care whether they get better or not. It's only being used to make a mockery of someone. But why are there bullies? Why do people have such a strong hate for some of the most pointless things? Well, from my knowledge, a lot of the reason bullies exist is because of their own personal life situation. If they feel like they have no power in life, they may try to get this power in any form they can get it, using their own personal strength against someone else to make themselves feel more in control. Not everyone knows how to deal with their emotions in life, and some people just take it out on others. There are multiple questions to why people hate. 1, because they find it fun. 2, because they are insecure about themselves. 3, because someone is annoyed about something and wants to express displeasure towards it. That, to my knowledge, is the best explanation for general hate. But to go through and address each one, if you find hating on someone fun, you need to understand that everyone has feelings. If you don't have any respect for someone's feelings, then I have no respect for you. Being insecure about yourself is not a good thing, but don't handle it in the wrong way. Making other people feel bad about how they appear doesn't fix your problem. It just makes you look stupid for dealing with it in that way. And the last one is simply human. Everyone gets annoyed by things, some more than others. Just stay calm and control yourself. You'll have a much better time if you do so. And with that, that's my best answer to why people hate. Whether it would be online or in real life, hate is simply part of our culture. Dealing with it in itself is pretty simple. Just remember whose opinions truly matter. And remember that if someone's mad at you for just being, they probably have their own issues to deal with. Like I stated, I find it funny how people hate on the most pointless things. But what can I say? Haters gonna hate.